No, God sending blessings around, get me out of trouble. Put my city on my back, careful I don't bumble. If I do, he pick me up, stay with me through the struggle. And I'm getting in my bag now, they want some rap now. He sending important mail down, I'm speaking fast now. I sit back and count my blessings, turn else to lesson. Told my mama I'm sorry for causing all that stressing. Yeah, God is the one with the drip. Open water, take a swim. In a new wave, miss some things, but the blessings ain't exempt. I'm turning the heat up on high. Got baseline on my side. My shorty is one of a kind. You know how we coming, I swear it's a vibe. Blessings original, nothing that typical. Sometimes they physical. Painting the picture, it's visual. I promise to get at you. It ain't up for debate, no daddy can't change it, I promise I'm coming, he blessing me daily. These people around me, they want me to make it, yeah. Give them my heart, ain't gon' break it. Got my back, ain't forsaken. Got my life just amazing. I'm blessed without hesitation. Could've been dead, gone, locked up. They could've got me when them guys trying to rob us. Or the other time, dude, they wanna squad up. Got squad up, now they all wanna mob us. But God, you been here like the whole way. I wanna take this time and this day to show more, say less. I'm free, I'm set, and I feel so.
Yo, what's poppin'? This your boy Ken the Messenger, and this is another week of that Str8Talk. I got my brother in the building. This is an intelligent gentleman. He actually sometimes irritates me with his intelligence because of how much he talks. But man, I have one of the smartest people I know with me, and I'm not just saying that because he's right next to me, but I'm saying that because it's true. Mr. Matthew-Daniel Eaglin. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling, man?
I'm all right. Yourself, Dad?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Tell us about yourself. You tell us. You got a new project.
So,
tell us about yourself.
So, hey guys, I am Matthew Eaglin-Daniels, and I am a jack of all trades and a master of a couple of things. You know.
There you go.
23 years old, and the new project that Ken is referencing is that I am releasing 2 books in September. Everything is on pre-order right now, but the first book is called Dear Rose, Letters to My Grandmother, and the second one is called Lifestyle, Culture, Love.
Okay. What? Tell us about yourself, man. You got some degrees?
Yeah, man. So I am a graduate from the University of Illinois. Graduated, actually, today would have been 2 years ago. So radio, TV news, this is kind of my thing.
Yeah.
I come from a family of journalists, so walked in the family trade and everything.
Yeah.
So currently right now I'm in CPS and education, you know, helping the kids out. You know, somebody got to save the kids.
Right.
Whitney Houston said, what about the children, you know? So
here you go.
I also am the program director at Impact Family Center, my mom's nonprofit. And yeah, you know, from the books and everything, God kind of laid it on my heart to just create my own business called The Real Return. Return to real love, financial freedom, and optimal health. I feel like those are, you know, the 3 things, that one, the black community has lost, but secondly, just us as a united people, the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, people on diabetes, dialysis, everything, and then, whether it be, somebody could be present in the home, but they ain't showing the love.
Yeah.
So.
What got you into writing books? What?
Let's get into that. So, the inception of Dear Rose started. We were at a party. I was just out with my friends, and everybody, they doing what they do. No judgment over here, but just I was just sitting there, man, right. just enjoying the scene, and God I had my computer with me, and God was just like, pull your computer out. It's time to tell you a story. Because just recently, before that summer had happened,
you was at a party when he told you to.
Yeah, man. Everybody, doing their thing. Young folks, we like to get into some things.
Yeah.
But
you had your computer with you at a party. Y'all see what I'm getting
at,
right?
I keep. Okay. I'm a nerd, man. I keep my stuff on me, man. I call my book bag is over there. I call it the hustle bag. Okay. Somebody get this, they might get $1 million worth of knowledge. I don't know.
I get you.
Don't be trying to stick me up now. Anyway, but yeah, man. So I just had it at the party, and then like I was saying, like a couple months before that, I think it was about February or something. I literally prayed, and I'm like, God, I'm tired of all this hate and anger towards my pops. Like, this just has to go. Right. Like, me developing as a man, I don't want nothing to rub off on anybody I know, my mama, my sister, friends, even girlfriend, wife, whoever, So, yeah, man, that's honestly the inception of it. And literally, I got home from taking finals, and how the enemy works. I just used all the pens that when he was giving me the chapters, I just used them all for finals. And I'm like, why are these pens not working? Finally, if you know something about spiritual numbers, on the 7th pen, it worked. And I was like, this is crazy. Because, every time for me, every time the Holy Spirit talks to me, I would instantly forget. So I was trying to write it down, write it down. Finally on the 7th pen, because I literally have my journal in my book bag, and you'll see I was just trying to carve everything because the ink was gone. Right. So, man, that's just where everything started, man. And then literally one spring day after that, February, I just got this overwhelming amount of joy in my heart, and I'm running down Wright Street in Champaign. Literally jumping off walls and just crying my eyes out, but praising at the same time, because it just felt like a major burden was lifted.
So, talking about your father, how hard was that? Because a lot of people, a lot of men that talk about their experiences and things like that, it's hard because you got to humble yourself to go back and to put yourself back in the mind. You know what I'm saying? And to be vulnerable. And to say that, my father wasn't there, that damaged me. I think a lot of people, men, we don't know how to say that you don't even have to be young. I mean, you don't have to be old. You could just be 20, and you don't. Right. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look like a boy, or it makes you feel some type of way. So how does that feel for you, to be able to be man, that him not being around kind of really messed me up?
So I'll say this. I was actually talking to a student today, and this is kind of on a Iyanla Vanzant tip. A lot of us, and this is where kicking in with invalidation. I'm not invalidating anybody's experience as far as you can have your dad in the home and not be present. You can have him completely out of your life. But I think that being in and out of your life really kind of messes you up a little bit more, because it's like, yo, do you love me? Do you not love me? And then people don't understand. So what I talk about is kind of like the subconscious residual effect. And God kind of had me reflect on this a couple days ago. Bro, I literally used to call my best friend like he was my girl or something. When we were shorties, I'd be or go over his house all the time. Gee, you need to be over here. You spend the night. Just reflecting on it. I'm like, dang, this is some serious insecurities that were developed as a result of having my dad in and out. And that's just with my best friend. So don't tell me, I'm gonna be trying to be controlling or something, with my wife or whatever. Even when it comes to dictating my family, like that's what it's gonna become. And just sitting back.
Why though? Like why is that? Why do you think that is?
Man, like
we go through a lot of stuff.
whole like, bro, like, do you love me or not?
Right.
Like, that's in my head. So now the actions to follow that is now,
show me.
Okay, show me, prove it. I need to be on you. You need to be here. I need to know that you here. And like this, like, bro, I mean, like when he got a girlfriend, I ain't saying it like this, but it kind of hurt me, G. Like even with my own family members, like my favorite cousin, when he got his girl back in high school, they married now. The owners of Curl Mix, Timothy Lewis and Kim Lewis. Bro, that was my favorite cousin, and I'm like, bro, you ain't never just like start hanging out with somebody else and just leaving me here, like so that messes you up, like, yeah, bro. And I'm just saying from an early age, like, don't let me get the girls,
right?
But you know what I'm saying, like that, like really just like tripped me out the other day when me and God was reflecting on it. I'm like, yo, I literally used to call my best friend and all, like everybody who I would list as my favorites, like
you felt like
they was my girl or something.
So how did that, your early relationships, how did that go?
I mean, being around like I never wanted to like leave her side, I guess.
So you was the type of dude where you be like, no, you hang up first, and then you yeah.
Literally, like that's literally how it used to be, man. So doing that, like literally going to the same church, like not even separating for a minute. Like I miss out on all the opportunities with the guys or whatever, and like, you know what I'm saying, that relationship was cool, lasted for 2 years, and that was like my first relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, we went to school. I went to Perspectives. She was at Simeon. So then when I had the whip, so obviously being able to drive right up the street. Okay, you just getting out volleyball practice and doing all this stuff, going to the same church, staying at her house till like 11 o'clock till I'm dang near about to fall asleep while I'm driving on the way to the crib. Like, bro, this stuff like messes you up and people don't realize it. So like the same daddy issues, and I've realized this with 50 and 60 year olds, bro. It's in them at their old age. And that's not to condemn anybody, but we need to address these issues. And one of the things that, you know what I'm saying, you got to acknowledge, man. I had to acknowledge to start writing the books.
No, that's real.
Not even that. Like, before the books, just to call out on God. Like, God, I know I'm messed up.
Right.
Jeez, I almost said another word.
Yeah, that's so good. But that's
how you feel. And so, like, just realizing that, man, then being able to assess it. Okay, what do I do that I know, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of out of the ordinary. Bro, I'm completely heterosexual. Everybody, y'all do what y'all do. I'm not condemning, judging anybody, but you know, for me to call a dude that much, like,
right. Yeah, you scared me at first, but we good.
Yeah, so
hey, this is my brother, man.
I can't deal with this man. But yeah, man, like, it's just crazy just looking back, and how this stuff like really just affects you.
So how did the people feel? Like, how did the women in your life feel? Because I honestly can understand when it comes to the in and out. Like, my father was like you said, in and out. You know, it's not like he wasn't, like, I don't know him. Right. I know him, but I actually live like 15 minutes away from him. But I haven't seen him in like I've seen him like twice in like the last 3 years, if that. So, but I get, so my point is, I get the in and out, but sometimes people. So one of my biggest things is inconsistency. Right. Like, you had, like, if we talk, like, okay, so with males, I don't care. I'm at this point now. It doesn't really affect me more. Right. But like female friends, or just like, you know, cause it's like, if we talk, hit me back tomorrow. Like, if you say I'm gonna hit you back tomorrow, I expect you. Yeah. Not you don't have to. But just because you said it, you know what I'm saying? And then when I see people being inconsistent, it's just like, okay, you know, I don't have to be. So how does that affect people that you buy?
So like, bro, if somebody tell me they coming through and then you don't come through, I'm just at the point now, I'm just like, all right, I'm not about to put myself in a situation to be hurt. All right. I acknowledge that side of myself, and I'm not gonna let you provoke that invalidation in me. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't be consistent with me, okay. One of the things, spoiler alert, in chapter 1, bro, and this is, I promise to God, I literally had a whole fit in an argument like with God about this. He swears to me.
Now he told you this.
Yes, bro.
God
Like,
told you this.
I literally start off with this in the first chapter.
Okay.
In Lifestyle Culture Love. Love is an adjective. Period.
Right.
Bro, I done asked so many people. Everybody say love is a verb, bro. Love is an adjective, and I promise you, I was like a lawyer in the case with God. Like, no, it's a verb. I can promise you, it's a verb. He said, no, it's an adjective. Think about it. The cross was a labor of love, not just love. A labor of love. Labor incites what? Action, right? That's the verb. And bro, you're gonna show me through the culmination of care, culminating, being there for me, the care, the sweet nothings, man. Just even, hey, how you doing?
Right.
Like, it's the middle of the day. Yeah, I'm thinking about you. Like, just to know that I'm on your mind. Like, that's what I need, and I'm gonna let you know that up front now. Now that I know who I am and I can detect those issues and stuff, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm bringing. I do guess a little bit of baggage, but if we work out this culture, right?
But I think the thing with that though is nowadays everybody, that's like a trend. It'd be like, I come with this, and they be like, oh, it's okay, we'll work it out, and then when they actually see it, they like. And you're like, I told you, like I got some bags, you know what I'm saying?
But bro, so check this out. So, what are the three words that people hate? Change, work, and commitment. If you can apply those to any relationship, anything that you're doing, you'll be fine. You'll be successful. But a lot of times we say we got baggage, we don't know how to identify it. Girls will hit me up. Yeah, I need to take time for myself to find myself and figure out what's going on with me. I'm like, bro, two minds are better than one.
Right.
And I'm gonna see some stuff that you're not gonna see. Same thing with you and your girl. You gonna see some stuff that she don't probably see.
Right.
And now we tag team and we deal with these issues before we start a new project. What's the new project? Kids. A lot of people don't solve or identify rather, and work towards trying to move away and leave the bags at home, not be a bag lady like Erykah Badu says.
Right.
But people don't work to do that. And there's a difference between, you know what I'm saying, and this is what I believe. I'm not married just yet. Working on that. She's over there. But just solving and just exploring each other. And I ain't saying exploring like the Bible say no, Adam and Eve knew each other. I'm saying like know each other like way deeper than the physical before you get to the physical. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I don't know. Just
so chill, bro. But yeah, like it's just understand. Deeper. You know what I'm saying? Just start a discussion on on whatever. See what the mind is like. See what that person's mind is like. See what their baggage is like. See what their emotions are like. I can't be with somebody. One of the reasons why everybody, I'm 6'5". I'm very have athletic build. Everybody wants to know why I never played sports. It's because I know that I can't take other people fussing at me, or at least I couldn't to a certain respect now, because when I couldn't identify it and I didn't receive who I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's just like, if somebody started fussing, I'm like, in particular with my girl, if she started, spazzing a little bit, I'm like, baby, calm down. Let's walk through this logically and try to figure it out. Because what I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to stand here and take this right now. My mom used to fuss at me sometimes, and I literally would take her car keys and leave the crib and be like, hey, we can discuss this after all parties are calm. You know what I'm saying? I don't do all the fussing stuff, and that's just me.
Yeah, you couldn't live at my house. You gotta take it. You get the car keys and leave.
Look.
You get the car keys and leave. Nigga, you ain't coming back.
Man, and that's just that's the atmosphere. And I say this, but I mean, between my best friend's house and my crib, it's calm, cool, and collected for the most part over there, and that's where I always be.
Now, question, and I already know the answer.
Mhm.
Do you think that if you had a father in your life actively, you would be able to take more of that stuff?
Definitely would.
Yeah.
And that takes the right nurturing to an extent. So you have to understand as a man, and I'll say this as a king, because we have a kingdom that we have to raise. Same thing for queens, but I'm gonna just go to Dear Rose real quick. The parenting. So watch. The Bible says that we're both joint heirs with Christ, right?
Absolutely. The
responsibility for the father is protection, defense, and vision, and execution. Mm-hmm. For the wife, for the mother, for the woman, it is to be able to have that discernment to help fuel the vision, and to make sure that the man doesn't go left.
Right.
So now, when it comes to raising up a child, specifically a son, with the fussing and everything, you do it. You rule with a golden rod, but then you use it through the lens of compassion.
Right.
So I'm not just gonna put my hands on you, but I'm gonna show you, hey, this is exactly what you should have done this way. Let's do this differently, but I'm still about to get in you, just so you know not to go this way ever again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that's
one of the things that we have in the black community. Oh yeah, I'm about to beat you, but you're not giving me. There's no like rationale behind.
Yeah.
Why is this wrong? You're just beating me. That's why. That's why a lot of people,
I messed up.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said you made it plain. That's it.
Yeah.
We messed up because we don't. Bro, one of the things we just can't talk our stuff out for some reason.
Yeah.
The reason why, and I'm not. Trust me, I'm not downplaying any therapist, but a lot of reasons why black folks need to go see a therapist is because we don't talk to each other, and we don't feel comfortable. Why? Because the trust barrier. My daddy. So the main person encoded in my DNA that I should be able to trust, that, like, I mean, and I ain't mothers, y'all are cool, but the top person that I want,
right,
daddy's little girl, you act just like your father. That's the top of the home, bro. Before there were pastors, before there were business owners, there was the father, the God ordained father, and the God ordained mother. So you telling me as a top person in my life, I can't trust you, so I can't trust you, bro.
Right, you can't trust nobody.
You a black man, I can't trust you. You black, so let's talk about intersectionality. You black and you a man. I can't rock with you.
Right.
And let's take this further. Spiritually, you a Christian. So hold on. So you showing me a whole different way of life, and you're not here for me and stuff. So I'm not gonna be able to trust anybody else that's of that that identifies with that, right? And that's the truth.
How long did that?
I literally have a whole lot of I used to have a whole lot of girl best friends because I don't trust dudes.
Right.
I don't want to sit around and talk about sex, sports, and money all the time. And I'm like, with girls, okay, I can kind of diversify my conversation. We can do some stuff. We can not just sit at the crib and watch the game all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go to Super Bowl stuff, my dad was in my life and stuff. And I just go there to just talk to people. And everybody be like, nah, we watching the game. So I just go outside and play by myself or something. Or plug in my iPod or whatever. I
don't know why that is. But then again, I think you've realized something that a lot of men haven't realized, and is able to look at things different. I think that's the journalist in you, because growing up, that's what when I would go with my father, which wasn't very often, but when I would go and I was with my brothers and I was with fellas, that's what we would talk about, and that that's cool. Like, I don't have to talk about, and I still had more female friends, and I still to this day I have more female friends than males. I've never noticed why. I just figured, because I like women, so and they're very good conversational. They think different than men, but I'm glad that we're talking about it. I want to ask you about what Ayesha Curry said when we get back, because I think that your insight will help me out. So this is Won't You Do It by Corinne Hawthorne. We're gonna talk about that when we get back.
All right.
That was Won't He Do It by Corinne Hawthorne. So, bro, let me tell you this. So, Aisha Curry was on an interview with Jada Pinkett Smith and I think her mother-in-law, her sister-in-law, I believe. I'm not sure. But she was on the interview and she was just talking about something that caused insecurity with her. And she was saying how she feels like she doesn't get enough attention or, compliments or just validation from men like her husband gets. And that sometimes that make her feel kind of like she's not pretty enough or she's not good enough or she's just Steph Curry's wife. She's not her own brand and stuff. So how does that make you feel? Like for your woman to be like, look, I feel like a lot of men don't tell me I'm cute. I feel like, I should be validated more by men. How does that make you feel? What are your thoughts?
I feel like I'm gonna lose some listeners on this one.
Hey, I'm gonna lose it by talking about it.
So, I
don't start stuttering.
I feel like the point is valid, to a certain degree, as in that you need to have that conversation in a private setting with your lover, your husband.
Right.
I don't think that there's a thing where you should be questioning, how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, especially being with a phenomenal superstar.
Right. Now, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate because I'm 100%, but I talked to other people, so I'm gonna say what they said.
Okay.
So keep going.
And everybody does need to feel like, oh yeah, well I still got it, but bro, you off the market.
Right. So
and just know, and exactly, you have the man of your dreams, right? So now if something's going on in the household, that's where that might be an issue,
right?
And no, I mean I don't know that. You know that? I mean
they don't.
Y'all know that, but that might be a thing, maybe, but. If you with somebody, bro, like you committed to them. Why are you trying to seek attention from other people? And I understand. Do I still got it? Step out.
But let me.
Well, not like. Oh, whoa. Let me clear this up.
Right.
Like, don't just step out. But like, I'm just saying, just go. Say if Steph at a basketball game or something, just just go to the movies by yourself and chill and just watch. And be like, well, yeah, I still got it, but I'm not about to. I don't know.
But let me ask you this:
if that would satisfy her, I'm not saying what I would do.
But I don't think that would be enough because let's say she goes out and then what? I mean, my thing is this: if you have it, then you're married. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, that's the bottom line.
You're permanently off the market till that do us part.
And then let's say a million guys do be like, yo. Then what? That's still not satisfying.
And what are you gonna do, to fulfill that thirst?
Exactly.
Because then that gets into the danger zone, like David and
I'm thinking that that was just something that she has to do by herself.
Yeah, and that honestly, a lot of couples, not going into the thing really knowing each other's insecurities and backgrounds. I don't know if she had her father growing up or not, but that may be a subconscious residual effect. No matter who you with, you can still feel by yourself all the time.
Yeah.
And that could be, and even one of the things that me and my lady was just talking about, with me, going on this journey and becoming whoever I'm going to become, I'm going to be in the public light like I am now, and my personality may come off as X, Y, and Z to somebody, but I'm just really, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. But some people, she was just like, just don't entertain that, and I'm like, I got you, because I only want you, bro. Like, and I know that regardless, I still I'm handsome, bro. So just being comfortable with that fact, and if anything were to come up, just being in that, having that open communication. Yo, I saw this girl like me, X, Y, and Z. I was at Wingstop. Shorty gave me some free ranch and stuff. Like, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? But I had that open. Hey, this happened. X, Y, and Z. She tells me, she works in the public domain. If she see her ex or whatever, she hit me up. Hey, babe, my X, Y, and Z came through. I ain't do nothing, but they was trying to get on that with me. And we had that, and I don't feel bad.
Yeah, and I think
at the end of the day, guess who I got? Shorty.
And I think it's important. Like it's important to have that trust.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as easy as it's been, because like I've had different agreements. It's like, look, if it's something small, don't tell me. Like I don't even want to know. You know, I don't want to I don't want to put no energy into small stuff. So if dude said you was cute, that's good. You are cute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they touch you, then you call me. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he give you some free
what we gonna do, bro? We gonna put the mask on. No,
you know, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then again, when it comes to some things, I'm just like, look, like that's weird to me, or I don't like that. And it's just like sometimes people be like, you know, why not? And I feel like every relationship is different, and that's why I couldn't really get upset with Aisha, because her insecurities is Steph's problem.
Yep. It's nobody else's. Don't nobody need to be commenting.
And that's what people have to realize. You know, when you're in a relationship, my biggest thing is this, and this is just me. This is my philosophy. If I'm insecure, right?
Yeah.
And I'm with Deja, right?
Right.
That's Deja's problem. Not her problem, because we're not married. But that's okay. An example. If you and your girl, if she don't like she just don't like some things. Period. It might be she might not like walking by herself to the car in the dark.
Right.
Your responsibility as her guide is to accommodate
exactly.
that.
Exactly. So, but that's the work that you have to put in. Lifestyle, culture, and love. Do your lifestyles mesh, bro? People get with each
insecurity.
other. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So watch this. People get with each other. Why? Opposites can attract, but just like a magnet can be separated, you can separate.
Yeah.
Our pieces match with each other, right?
Right.
My puzzle could fit this puzzle. My puzzle piece could fit that puzzle. My puzzle piece could fit that puzzle. Then you end up with 17 kids, but I ain't saying nothing. Back in the day. But, you know, when your lifestyles mesh, man, you know about chemistry, ionic bond is pretty much is inseparable, unless God so be it to just like he just takes his hand and just undoes the ionic bond. And now developing that culture. I mean, now this is per relationship. You might not trip over the small stuff, but for me and Deja, I have a Deja as well. You know, for us, bro, we tell each other the small stuff. And for me, but watch this. This is fulfilling my insecurity with my father. My father was always there for the big stuff. He wasn't there for the small stuff. But now us having that communication about the small stuff is now validating our relationship and validating that trust barrier. Excuse me. And so now we've developed that culture, and now you can blossom the seed of love can be planted. And then from everything else, through years of experience and care and everything, cultivating into the word love, now you can get full blown intimacy, full blown legacy, generational wealth building. People don't understand that, bro. You got to go through the pain. What's the pain? It's an acronym: pressure and intentional or unintentional neglect. Bro, you got to address the I and the N.
Right.
And that's UN in parentheses. But now taking that pressure, what happens to a piece of coal when it's under pressure? It turns into a diamond. Now you become a diamond and you know your purpose. My purpose with Deja is to get to marry her. My purpose with all them other girls, because I didn't know myself and I was still hurting. So now I'm going to hurt other people. Hurt folks, hurt other people.
Right, exactly.
Because I can't identify, so now I'm just scurrying because I'm lost in the valley. And now from the purpose, whether it be relationship, career-wise, whatever, I can get to my prosperity. People die all the time with their purposes not being realized, bro. And I thank God that he's blessed me at such a young age to realize the formula for people to get the key so that they don't die sitting on what God has given them, sitting on their dreams. Because that's major. And one of the things as a black community, bro, I promise you I didn't want to be an author. I was going to school for I was originally going to school for aeronautical engineering. Ended up becoming a journalist. Now what God had me major in is fueling my purpose. Writing is a gift. Bro, before I graduated out of high school, I was a top science kid and mathematician in my school. Instantly get to college, it just like flipped like a light switch. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
couldn't do. When I tell you, I literally taught myself like calculus because my high school wasn't nothing but.
You're making my head hurt.
I'm just saying, but like it literally, like I went from getting A's to in calculus, going to U of I, getting D's and F's in chemistry and college algebra, to getting A's and B's in public speaking and rhetoric 105. Like I'm serious, like a light switch. So now, being able to get to that prosperity now, with the purpose being realized that I'm here to do God's work, having my degree or whatever fuel and my network from my school, having that fuel that now with the prosperity, God ain't gonna leave me out, bro.
Right.
I'm doing His work. I'm doing His mission.
Absolutely.
So He's gonna take care of me. So that's where the prosperity kicks in. Everybody tries to, money. No.
Right.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, but I need money to live on this earth. But as long as I'm doing the Lord's will and staying in that, He's going to provide. How
hard or easy is it to balance your personal relationship with your girl? Or not even your let's not even say that, your career. Like you're starting on a new journey. How hard is that to be like writing? Because you got 2 books. You got a journal you working on. You got a corporation you trying to build. So how hard is that?
I'll say that I do, for the most part, get 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. I have another acronym. It kind of has a negative connotation, but PIMP. Peace in my prime. Pimp the system. Peace in my prime. Peace in my primary. So my primary source of income, I do on my webinars and stuff, I'm doing a little thing where I will literally take your career and show you that you only have a very small amount of free time compared to me. One of the things between some of my friends that are teachers, they only have, I think we calculated about 3.5 to 4 hours of free time every day. That's included travel time and everything. Now, that's a career, right? Having a job is what? Just over broke. Just over broke. Ain't fulfilling bills. It's going to drive you crazy. But now, having that entrepreneur side, now I can wake up early. Bro, I've been waking up at it'll be 4:30, just randomly out of my sleep. And I'm like, okay, I got this idea, I got that. But you know what I'm saying? Just developing that entrepreneur side while you're still I'm not even trying to pursue a career in education. That's not my field. My area is being an author, being a liberator, helping to free the chains off people with love, financial freedom, and health. I'm also a health advocate with ID Life, stands for Individually Designed Life. We have pharmaceutical grade, all natural products that I've seen people literally with cancer coming into the organization. It's gone now. Stroke stuff is gone. Diabetes gone. High cholesterol, high blood pressure gone. My mom's severe arthritis. She was dancing in heels for 4 hours at some event that we was at. We was at the 100 Black Men Gala. I think this was last year. I said, Ma, you're going to be hurting tonight. When I tell you, it brought my heart so much joy to not see her crying and crawling to the bathroom literally in the middle of the night. After that situation, I was like, yo, this stuff works. But
Miss Marsha was getting it in.
But just going back to, my purpose tying into the prosperity and the system, you got to work the system, baby.
Yeah.
I'm not about to sit up here and have all my free time hours, and I know my purpose. Have my free time hours be taken away from me. So I got something where, okay, I work 8 to 4. I don't have to come home, grade any papers. I ain't got to deal with no kids. I ain't got to deal with nothing except for working and focusing on my business. And even if you can, sometimes maybe on your lunch break and stuff, you work to put your stones in order. If you got to clean yourself out of debt, focus on cleaning yourself out of debt. I'm doing that right now.
So let me ask you this.
with the education gig.
So how is it? How important is it? And I know, but I want people to know, how important is it for you to have somebody who understands that? And how can you identify if they understand? Because people that say they understand just to get with you, and then they get with you, and they like, you do too much.
I mean, something that my girl said that it kind of almost brought me to tears. She said that you do so much that I think that even if you quit your job today, like, you'd be fine. And she like validates that, bro. And it's so important because if you got somebody, just going back to the Steph and Aisha Curry thing, bro, I'm naturally like hey, how you doing? We just be in a gas station, grocery store. Hey, I don't know you, but how you doing? What's going on? How's your day? What'd you do for work? Just came back from a graduation. I was just networking at the graduation. And people got to understand that if somebody's holding you back from being yourself, pursuing all of what you want to do, bro, that's not gonna work. You got to go. Period. No ifs, ands. No, can we work? No. Now there's some nights, where she literally has to pry me away from my computer because I'm up studying this webinar or studying something else.
When wait a minute, you said something. You said if people change you from who you are, they got to go.
Bro, period.
But what if who you are is, like, let's say you two, like you just said, you was, how you doing? What if the chick don't like that? She like, yo, you talking to these women too much, and you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you? So
what did Devon Franklin say? He said you should not date a woman if you're not planning on marrying her. If you know that in the culture she's not gonna like, bro, don't do it then. And I'm not saying there's a way, be cordial, but don't be like over the top friendly.
Gotcha.
So that then that can get misconstrued.
Yeah.
And you just respect that. I mean, certain things that I don't like about somebody, like I don't like about something that she might do, we address it. And vice versa.
So it's
I'm
difference.
Check you. It's like a checks and balances system.
So it's a difference. You know what to work on, and you know what to, and open the door for her to leave.
Right.
Yeah. And
you just, I mean, it's compromise and sacrifice. Without compromise, there would be no sacrifice. Without sacrifice, there would be no compromise. That's in chapter 7, Lifestyle, Culture, Love.
And that's not the Rose. That's the other one.
That's
the Real Return.
The Lifestyle, Culture, Love book.
Gotcha.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
You got a journal too, right?
So I'm coming out. So for those who are going to join me on July 27th at my brand release party, tickets are available on Eventbrite. They might seem a little pricey, but you are getting products and deals with that price. You can, depend on the package, to be shirts, one of the books, and then a notebook or whatever, and then also the concert and everything that I'm gonna have. But and then catered food, I'm sorry, as well. You
gotta say food. You gotta say
it's gonna be Creole and Cajun type food. So if you like that type of thing, definitely slide on us. Bro, I just lost my train of thought.
It's all good.
Give me the question again.
I don't even remember. But look, so the event is what day?
That's July 27th. So it's the last Saturday in July.
Okay.
And so everybody just come out and have a good time with me in the South Loop.
And is that your?
That's gonna be the official brand release. The book release is September 3rd.
Okay.
So the brand release party will highlight the Real Return LLC. So highlighting what we do. So we have my books. We house my books. Publishing everything as well. Everything is self-published. So I need you all's help with getting out there. It also highlights my public speaking, the health and wellness products, definitely for everybody to use. Feel free to go take your online assessment. It's free and it's very credible. This stuff will help your doctor serve you better, and you don't need any coin. And then also some, just some apparel and stuff that you can represent for the brand, man. Eventually moving that towards a scholarship, and all of this money is definitely going to be kind of the initial capital to start employing some young people for music and media stuff. So it's a bigger scope of things instead of just me this is all I'm at, this is all I'm at. I'm trying to get everything up and running so I can start helping out these kids and stuff. One of the things that I started when I was 10, I started a yard service that kept me off the streets.
Wow.
I said my mom had just taught me how to mow the yard at like 9.5, and I was like, yeah, Mom, well, can I go walk around the neighborhood and cut the lawns and stuff? She's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna drive you because I gotta go to work. But so I put a little milk crate on the lawnmower, get my shovel and everything, keep it moving. But that's where it is. We have to give back because our kids are our future, and if they ain't got no future to look up to, they ain't got no role models, they ain't got nothing of good value to use or to become a part of, what they gonna do, man?
Right.
I mean, you see that in Roseland, Inglewood now. I mean, they trying to build Inglewood up, but who they building it up for? Hint, hint.
Right.
Roseland, there's no bowling alley, there's no skating rink, there's no nothing.
Why do you think? I mean, a lot of people say that, like, they don't want to. Why do you think that there isn't one though? Like, they don't want to make it, and then it'd be like a shootout every weekend. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if we come in there and we do something about it and we make it, I feel like if we make it, if we put a standard on it and say this is what this is for, you know what I'm saying, and just have a certain standard that people can feel like, young kids can feel safe and they can feel like, you know, this can be the spot I come hang out with.
Standards don't matter if you don't have value,
right?
And if you don't understand how to respect the value of something that somebody else values. You see how that works? That's transferable in a relationship.
So
as
you
well.
got it. You have
so
to
watch
respect
this.
it.
The books are going to build the foundation for a new understanding of value. I've talked to some millennials. I've talked to some other people in the generation up under us, and they're like, "Yo, we'd never learned any of what's in these books."
They read your books and then
they read a little bit of it, and they literally some of them started crying. I know definitely the girls started crying because they like, man, if I would have known this, I wouldn't have did this with this guy and then got pregnant. All this, like literally in tears.
Wow.
So it's not. So one of the things that I had to come to terms with you know, just sacrificing my life, bro. I gotta think about the Bible. The man was judged by what he left for his family. I'm not just in charge of dealing with stuff in my family. I have to raise an entire new generation. So the amount of prayer that I need, y'all put your prayers in.
Right. Nah, for real.
But seriously, I mean, being in charge of raising an entire generation, that takes so much, like, just stuff.
How important is that though for you to be able to be? Because you, like, when you do that, you got to be an example. How not easy is that? And don't sit up here and tell me that that's easy, because I know it's not.
I mean, it's honestly not. Literally having to check your P's and Q's all the time. You know,
not being able to go some places.
I don't think, bro. I ain't been to the club since probably freshman year of college, because guy was just like, no, that's not where you need to be.
And then you probably would have brought your laptop. Man. So did you bring your laptop when you went?
That time I left the laptop at the crib because I was on some nonsense. But man, I mean, it's one thing that people have to understand, whether it's me, Devon Franklin, TD Jakes, whoever, y'all got to understand we human. TD Jakes said something so powerful, you know, I'm a man of God, but you got to understand that at one area in my life I'm going to fail every day. As long as it's not the same area and repeatedly, and a huge mistake that I made consciously, then I'm going to be okay.
How do you feel about what Dewey Smith said? He said he was talking about people didn't want him support Nipsey, but he said, you know, every now and then I need a shot of Hennessy myself, and I you know, he said, hell, I cuss. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here in front with you. I mean,
but it's a difference between
indulging in it,
exactly,
and like losing yourself in it versus okay, I have structure, I have order, and I know how to remove myself from this when I need to be.
But sometimes I make mistakes,
bro. Jesus made the wine for them to have a good time. He just said, don't get drunk. The wind bed is undefiled. He didn't say you can't have sex, just get married and make sure it's for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I would say, wives submitted to your husbands, and where people miss it is likewise, husbands submitted to your wife. People got to understand the context, bro. The word of God is like the real estate. That's why my brand is called the real return. You know, God says messages, prophets, and kings. He makes judges, man. I'm a judge of the earth. And I'm not here to condemn. I'm here to restore balance.
Well, look at you, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm excited about this. One more time, how can they get your books? And
so everybody can go to MatthewEaglin.com, MatthewEaglin.com, or you can follow the pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. The Real Return, REEL. It's a play on words. The Real Return on all of those social media channels. Also, you can find a link right in the video.
Yeah.
So just follow me, man. Keep up with me. If anybody
media.
wants me to come speak, everything's at the Real Return.
Okay.
If anybody wants me to come speak, man, you know, I do stuff on a love offering, and I also do free stuff. You know, depending on what you need.
I take the free. No, just. All right, man.
Yeah,
thank you so much, bro, for coming through.
Yeah, appreciate
I'm excited about what you got going on, and I'm supporting you 100%. This is another week of Straight Talk, and the Lord will. I see y'all next week. This is Mistakes to Masterpiece by your boy.
Can't send y'all a message. Can't send y'all a message. I think that you turn mistakes to masterpiece. He will do the same to you if you believe. We gon' make it very if I put that on me. Just wait and see, turn mistakes to masterpiece, yeah.